today I thought I'll touch upon few themes where we can bring in this digital transformation and why this is important is because today's technology is creating disruption all around us, right from the way humans are interacting with machines. Also, what we realize from a citizen-centric engagements, there are a lot of people who are disabled around. So how can we make technology which is inclusive in nature? Also what is equally important is, as Sir spoke about, there is trillions of data being generated today, and especially when we look around us. Being a mobile user and mobile first user, we are generating trillions of data as citizens. And this data also becomes equally important when we bring in the facet what Sir spoke about a little while ago, that how can we find insights in these data using machine learning, artificial intelligence, and create a framework around good governance, leveraging all these data insights, keeping the challenges in mind, right from privacy to data custodian and others, what Sir spoke about a little while ago. So as Microsoft, what we are looking at is to empower every person and every organization in the world to achieve more. And what as an organization we have focused upon is creation of a platform. When we are looking at creation of the platform, it basically is not only Azure as a cloud, but also LinkedIn, which is more from skill enhancement perspective, GitHub, which is more from productivity or development pipelines perspective, Power Platform, which generally gives the ability of no-code app development. When we are talking about empowering people, we are looking at empowering even the employees of the organization to create their own apps, because the business rules, business flows, policies are best understood by them. In addition to that, we have Dynamics 365 Cloud, which is more of a CRM plus ERP kind of a mixture, and the Dynamics 365, which is a productivity-led. And you saw a lot of that during COVID, especially if a lot of you would have used Teams as a collaborative platform to work along. And all this is essentially looked at from a point of view of empowering the employees who are working in the government sector, engage citizens, optimize operations, and transform services. So what Microsoft also looks at is a tech intensity. Earlier, Kundu sir spoke about adoption of various solutions, cost effectiveness, scalability. So all these is what Microsoft is committed on, from being a technology platform to offer these innovative solutions in the area of e-governance. From an Azure platform perspective, not only the infra, which typically is there as a part of the data center infrastructure or a state data center infrastructure within a state, but also we provide a lot of serverless and edge-based computing. Like Sir spoke about a little bit ago about smart parking. Now the smart parking, if I were to transmit the data in real time for an application to consume and the citizens to use, the edge becomes very important where they are deployed. Similarly, if I were to scale and scale limitlessly, then the serverless comes into play. Just to give you an example, earlier we were talking about the health platform and how health is being looked at. One of the recent examples which I can tell about is how eSanjeevani, the telemedicine platform, is actually transforming, and it is completely based upon the serverless technology. Depending upon the number of patients who are really coming into for e-consultations across pan-India, it scales up. And when there is no load, it simply scales down. So I'm not really investing in hardware at any given point in time, but I'm ensuring that my end citizen experience is flawless. So typically what we are doing in addition to our traditional on-prem presence, right from Windows, SQL, which all of you have used over a period of time, to bringing in analytics and artificial intelligence to solve simple problems which will help optimize the operations. Also, a lot of application, and especially when we talk about scalability and security, we are looking at adopting cloud there. So here's a small video. So this essentially is where we are skilling the new India, especially the tech adoption, how we can skill the new generation of Indians and the people who have been traditionally coached to do things differently, leveraging the solutions which have been spoken earlier during the sessions.
मैं जानती हूँ कि अभी मेरे करियर की शुरुआत है, लेकिन जो नई कम्युनिकेशन और कस्टमर मैनेजमेंट स्किल मैं सीख रही हूँ वो मेरे करियर में मुझे बहुत मदद करेगी।
So the Microsoft's viewpoint is very fundamental in this. It essentially is looking at engaging and connecting with the citizens, modernizing the government workplace, and enhancing government services. We saw remote government working during COVID pandemic. We also are talking about empowering cross-agency collaboration, which means one of the things which Sir spoke about is that if the smart parking data could come in and get fed into a smart car itself, the car knows where to go and park at any given point in time. Similarly, how can we deliver the trusted and secured services? So as a part of the need, what we see as Microsoft is anywhere, anytime access, anywhere, anytime collaboration, anytime, anywhere delivery, and anytime, anywhere development. And the platform, what Microsoft brings, enables all of this. I've picked up few themes. One of the theme which has been picked up is agriculture. So right from sowing to growing and to harvesting and marketing, we are bringing the elements of machine learning, predictive analytics in terms of helping our farmers, keeping in the government vision of doubling farmers' income and ensuring that the farmers get the right price when they go out and sell. There is a small video on initiative.
For a rain-fed farmer, preparing for agriculture is a fragile soil-water equation where timeliness and precision decide on the returns. Even a week's delay in rains can spoil the harvest. Each year, farmers in Andhra Pradesh bring all their traditional wisdom into play to anticipate the best time for sowing their crops. But with climate change and a rainfall deficit, the stakes for getting the timing right are rising. For them, the difference between a profitable year and a failed harvest is information on the optimal time to plant their fields.
Sowing date as such is very critical to ensure that they get a good crop stand, and if it fails, then lot of costs are involved in the seeds as well as the fertilizer applications. With this background, ICRISAT and Microsoft together decided to develop a computer-based sowing date application.
The sowing date application uses powerful cloud-based predictive analytics to advise farmers on the best time to sow their crops depending on weather conditions, soil, and other indications. It uses Microsoft Cortana Intelligence Suite, including machine learning and Power BI. Users have access to an instant overview of factors that determine a healthy crop yield. The tool helps with insights around soil health, fertilizer recommendations, and 7 days weather forecast.
The experiment we undertook in Andhra Pradesh is already showing positive results, and the farmers who are using our prediction services are enjoying high yields.
The next theme which we have picked up is on health. Essentially, what we are looking at is connected, open, 360-degree, what Sir was talking right in the opening speech. And this has been done at number of places. Also, virtual health, the ABHA ID, what Sir spoke about, continuous remote monitoring, intelligent support, because what equally important in healthcare is our ability to diagnose and treat a particular diseases which might involve the necessary drugs and the machines to make the diagnosis. And it involves a lot of real-time data that can be captured from these real-time machines and analyzed, as was told in the morning, that if we can find the hotspots of a particular disease like dengue or pneumonia or etc., and how artificial intelligence can be superimposed on top from public health screening perspective, right from cancers to diabetes to blindness and so on and so forth. The next sector that we picked up was law and order, which typically looking at digital policing and domain awareness. A lot of consultants these days talk about situational awareness, that are we aware of the situations we are in, how observative we are. So if we were to do the right kind of policing, the situational awareness and integration of various systems that we have deployed, as in context of even smart city, especially the camera feeds that is coming in, does the policing has access to that camera feed in real time? Can I bring in the flavor of artificial intelligence on top of it to identify the individuals who have the criminal records, who should not be there in public? Can I identify the crowd formation through inputs that I'm receiving from various data feeds, the big data, what Saurabhji spoke about a little while ago? So all these can actually be enabled on the platform that I spoke about a little while ago.
The world is rapidly changing. One of the top priorities for government security agencies is protecting our nation's ports, borders, and infrastructure. In their vigilance to safeguard our country and way of life, their success demands real-time understanding of complex threats and incidents. Microsoft Aware is a modern technology platform that empowers agency personnel to work smarter and safer. Aware modernizes law enforcement, enhances transportation and maritime security, supports infrastructure infrastructure and force protection, and enables federal intelligence. It is a game changer. Aware extends existing agency technology with advanced machine-based analytics and alerts. By correlating real-time video events with known suspects and travel patterns, agencies can rapidly take action, informed with a more complete picture of an individual and his or her location, maximizing security and minimizing risk. Interoperable with most existing technology and devices, Aware stays up to date when deployed in the Microsoft Azure cloud. Proactively managed for availability, performance, and security round the clock. By combining the power of modern machine analytics with automated workflows, Aware discovers patterns, trends, and anomalies, and can initiate business processes for immediate action and response. Achieve new levels of safety, innovation, and operational excellence by partnering with Microsoft. Integrated security with an eye toward the future.
The next is, as the administrators and as government in power, I think one of the critical mantras for success for the next elections would be the employment. How employable I'm making the citizens of my states to be. So what we are looking at is creating central platforms like Unnati and Sangam, which is a learning platform. And you saw an example of how digital skilling has helped individuals from a common life bring their dreams together.
इंडिया की इमेज दो तरीके से गंदी पाई जाती है कि ओपन डिफिकेशन फ्री करना, और दूसरा हिस्सा था जो जगह जगह कूड़ा पड़ा हुआ है, जगह जगह गार्बेज है शहरों को, उनको मुक्त करना।
जब स्टार्ट हुआ स्वच्छ भारत मिशन, उस समय इंदौर की सिचुएशन मोर और लेस वही थी जो बाकी इंडियन सिटीज की थी।
जगह जगह कचरा पेटियां रखी हुई थी इंदौर में,
पब्लिक टॉयलेट्स नहीं थी और पब्लिक डस्टबिन भी नहीं थी।
निशाना लगाते थे, कचरे घरों से बाहर खड़े हो गए गाड़ी से और ऐसे उछाल के फेंकते थे। जो सफाई कर्मचारी हैं वो सबसे बड़े स्टेक होल्डर हैं, उनको भी तो हम समझें कि कूड़ा को कैसे मैनेज कर रहा है, और इसके लिए हमने ई लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के साथ किया। 150 लर्निंग को माइक्रोसॉफ्ट।
So the point what I wanted to highlight here is the earlier we saw the technology skilling, right? Now this is skilling based upon the theme or agenda which the government is driving, how to take it down to the grassroots levels. How to make learning fun, how to leverage mobile first as a platform. And LinkedIn, which complements most of not only the technological, but also administrative or managerial learnings as well. In addition to that, as Microsoft, we support our government customers through Enterprise Skill Initiative, which I know a lot of you have gone through, where we enable the existing employees to start learning the new skills which will help them be successful in coming years. So we have an ongoing program with Government of Punjab, and we extend it to Government of Haryana as well in terms of building these skills and initiative going forward. Any questions or any thoughts before I wrap up? And I'm standing between you and the high tea, if I'm not wrong. So, thank you.